This is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel, and this is gonna be the last video I do for today. So many other videos out there. This is twice the night. Disney's Twice the Night, DCOM, um, a DCOM Christmas movie. We have Bryan Cranston from, uh, well, from back then. This would have been him and Malcolm in the Middle around that time, and Malcolm in the Middle, and also famously known him from um a show called um a show called Breaking Bad. But this is a decom Christmas movie where he starred in as a guy named Nick. He's always been on the naughty list, and his nephew Dan, the man, has been on the naughty list, and his sister, his brother Peter, and his sister. That's a know-it-all. Peter's always a nice, gullible kid, and he and Dan takes the traits after his cousin, his uncle Nick. That's a scam artist. Now I'm wearing a Santa Claus hat because Santa Claus is in this movie. I know it looks like in the background that you can't really see the Santa Claus hat that much, so I'm gonna wear it for a little bit and then take it off. Um, this is a cool, interesting story, interesting take of the story of is the night before Christmas, and he's a scam artist, obviously, or he does business, but he's also a scam artist. He gets in trouble, and as he's getting in trouble, he thought maybe spending time with his family would be to get away would be suffice thing to do. And then he gets himself in trouble with Santa Claus, and his nephew takes the ride along. Um, and his nephew he also scams his nephew because he's thinking that they're saving Christmas, but he's just trying to pay off his debts. And then Santa Claus finds out that he's in control of his sleigh, and he's a naughty lister for life. And Saint Nick doesn't see Nick very well, and then they steal his sleigh, and then his sister goes to the computer store. On the way, they tickle some gangsters. So that's kind of weird. I'm gonna take this hat off now, because it's getting a little hot. Tickle some gangsters, and Santa Claus does, and the gangster's like, "Oh, I can have a tickler in my crew," and it's kind of weird, but it's a Disney's way of doing things. And then once they go to the computer store, they need a Santa Claus there. The guy's like, "You're late," but then they do the extraction. Her brother Peter does the extraction for her to take control of the sleigh. The sleigh, they turn off the sleigh, and then they go to the a big mansion that has a lot of fancy dancy stuff to pay off his debts. But basically, once his nephew finds out it's for paying off his debts, he has nothing to do with his uncle anymore. And that's pretty much how it goes. But the story goes even more further. Like he was having the parent, he got in trouble with the parents trying to sell his items to make money for Christmas Eve for something that he needed, presents or whatever. And the parents were already mad at Dan the man, anyways. The very beginning of this, because he took advantage of his poor little brother. Sister's a know-it-all, and then you have this guy. You have Nick getting in trouble all the time. So it's kind of an interesting thing. And Santa Claus gets everything goes wrong with Santa Claus because the because the reindeers get the reindeer flu, and his parents are doctors. They get called in for the reindeer flu. I guess everyone's having it, especially the reindeers. And next time, Santa Claus, next time, the reindeers are going to get flu shots like everyone else. But the moral of the story is like it's kind of like this is like also Grinch kind of. Um, Nick learns his lesson by not by him stealing stuff to pay off his debts is not right. He has a he has a heart like the Grinch, like his heart's so small, but then towards the end his heart grows a little bit bigger, and then he finally gets what he wants. He told Dan the man, like, all I wanted was a guitar. Your dad get everything he wanted, telescopes and all stuff. He finally got the guitar he wanted, but he's like, I have to pay off, being responsible, I have to pay off my debts. So he plays it towards the end, but he plays it towards the end, but he is going to sell that guitar, and they're just in there narrating for like the story, night before Christmas story, and then like I said, Nick redeems himself. He scares off the people that he's paying debts with, where the little device that Santa Claus has to make things big, small, and he can go up through chimneys by his maracles splitting apart with the machine, scares them off, and he gives the bag to Santa Claus to return all the items that he stole, and it's a well out good story. This is a pretty interesting story, and the acting in this for this guy who plays Dan the Man's pretty good. Bryan Cranston's fantastic. I think the girl who played Sue Heck is in here. She's good. The little boy is kind of annoying to me. Santa Claus was doing okay acting. The parents were okay, but I mean, Bryan Cranston, you're Bryan Cranston in your movie. He takes charge. He takes control. He could have been old Saint instead of being Nick the schemer. He could have been old Saint Nick, and I would see him as old Saint Nick. So this movie was fun and I enjoyed it, and this is great. The next one might be one of the ones I have on my Blu-ray or Charlie Brown or something like that. But Christmas is a fun time, and I haven't done these Christmas videos because I'm more doing Halloween and other movies. But Christmas is fun movies too. So hope you guys are having a wonderful time with these videos. Um, but I know they're not as popular as Pennywise and stuff like that, but hope you're having fun with these, and especially the DC ones. So if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and deuces.